One of the more popular tech tools these days is the power bank. Really nothing more than a case that has a bunch of batteries in it that allows you to charge another device like a cell phone or a tablet. But now they've added a solar panel to these power banks. So is that a good or a bad thing? Let's find out. Thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we're going to be looking at the Simplyconserve solar charging power bank. Inside the case, you get a USB to micro USB cable, carabiner, a manual, and the actual power bank. Power bank has an on switch, a micro USB port, which is what this cable's for. You just simply plug this into a power source, whether it's a cube or an outlet, and then you can charge this unit. It has a capacity of 4,000 milliamp hours. This USB port is used to plug in your USB powered device. With the unit powered on, you get your battery status indicator for blue, indicating that the power bank is fully charged. And then once you plug in your USB device, it'll start charging it. If you don't plug anything into it, then it automatically shuts off. And the carabiner just makes it easy to hang this off your backpack, a string, whatever you need to, so that you can get sunlight on the panel. Speaking of sunlight, let's do some math. Looking at the back side of the power bank, we see that it has a DC input of 5 volts, 2 amps, an output of 5 volts, 2 amps. The battery capacity is 4,000 milliamp hours. The solar panel provides 80 milliamps, which is a small amount of power. So let's do some simple math. We take the capacity, 4,000, divided by how much the solar panel can bring in, which is 80. That gives us 50 hours. Now let's say we can get 8 hours of good sunshine on this panel. So we divide 50 by 8. That gives us 6.25 days to fully charge this panel. It just so happens that I've used this smartphone to drain this power bank. So if we look here, we see that doesn't even come on to give us any indication. So it's out of power at this point. So it is 10:44. I'm gonna put this out in the sunshine and see what kind of results we get. It's been charging for a little over an hour. We press the power button, which gives us an indication of charge. One LED blue that's blinking, telling us that it's not even at that first level. So we'll leave it out for another hour. Almost 2 hours later, we take a look and we have one solid blue. Another hour of sunshine and still only one blue light. And yet another hour passes by and we check and we still only have one blue light. Another hour and still one dot. And yet another hour has passed and no change. And final look for the evening and we're finally one solid, but nothing beyond that. A new day brings no sunshine, just solid overcast, but we're gonna attempt to see what we can get out of this. 2 hours later, you can see that it's still just one blue. 3 hours elapse of cloudy sunlight and we're still at a solid one. After 2 days of full sun, 1 day of overcast sun, we're into our 4th day. And if we look at it, we see that it's just at 2 LEDs. Thus showing you that it's going to take you a long time to charge this with full exposure. So what you really want to do is you want to plug this in so the power bank is charged and then just sort of let the sun kind of top it off, which it really won't do if you're actually charging units, because this 80 milliamp solar panel is not enough to charge this in a reasonable length of time. You're looking at many days before it can actually do that. And that's the real advantage of this unit, is that it's a power bank, but the solar panel is not practical for everyday use. And in the manual, they recommend not leaving the unit out for extended periods of time, as the sunlight will damage the unit and it's not weather resistant. Depending on the battery capacity of the device that you're charging, this, since it has 4,000 milliamp hours, could potentially charge your device 2 to 4 times. Here it is, day 5, and you can see we're up to 3 of the 4 lights, so it's almost charged. Probably another day or two and it'll be charged. So is this unit worth buying? Well, you know, according to the packaging on the back, it says that by simply placing in the sun it'll recharge, and yeah, it's true, but they don't mention anywhere in here that it takes, you know, 5 or 6 days to charge this. And that's really kind of misleading, because you think that, oh, this will be great because as I'm camping, I can recharge this power bank by hanging it off my backpack. The amount of charge that you're going to get is so minimal that it's really not worth it. It's really a power bank that you plug in, you charge up. The solar panel is almost irrelevant. I guess if you're up in the mountains for 5 or 6 days, you can fully charge this panel. But, you know, if you're trying to use it to power any electronic device, then you're going to be using up that power much quicker than you're going to be replacing it with sunlight. Another disadvantage is that when it's collecting sunlight, you can't use that sunlight to charge a device. It's only the battery that's doing the charging. So let's say the battery is depleted, you can't just lay this out in the sun and use that to run your phone. So we get down to the question, are these worth buying? Well, it is a power bank, so you could charge it up and actually have power to charge a device. If you're relying solely on the sun to do it, then it's probably not that good of a deal, because it's going to take a long time. If you're in no hurry, then fine. You can let this sit out in the sun for a week and it'll fully charge up. So just know that it's not what it really seems to be. You'd think that you just lay this out for a couple of hours and it would fully charge, but the physical size of the solar panel just prevents that from really happening. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.